Qualification campaign returns over in South America as we head into match number 7. What went on in the previous 6 matches? Well, I'll tell you all about it next. That's right, folks, back once again with another video. Today we are returning. That's right, we've been absent, we've been lazy, but we're back for World Cup qualifiers over in South America, and we'll take a little look at it, all of it, in a second. If you're new, where you been? Smash your subscribe and your one-stop shop for the CONMEBOL qualification campaign, and we'll get to that in a second. Big shout out to the VIPs, the other Patreons, you know who you are. But what on earth is happening in the World Cup qualifying campaign in the CONMEBOL? We'll show you that in just 1 second. Now, before we jump into the video, something brand new to the channel, and what is it? It's the join button. That's right, we've gone there. Memberships, that's right. We've opened up the floodgates to members, so you can now join and support the channel in another way. We have our first member, so a big shout out to him, but you can also join that member and becoming an extra special member of the community. Just click on the join button, follow the on-screen instructions, and become part of the gang. All right then, folks, let's take a little look. Look back, of course. We did start this way back in match number 1, but we got distracted. Things got a little bit manic, but we are returning. But what has been going on since our last visit here? Well, this is it. The state of play at the moment for the CONMEBOL World Cup qualification phase. Now, the situation is thus, of course, the top 6 countries will qualify for the World Cup in Mexico, USA, and Canada. Then the 7th place team will go through to the Interconfederation playoffs, with the likes of the teams in 8th, 9th, and 10th will drop out and, of course, will not qualify at all, one way, shape, or form. So currently, as you see, Argentina, World Cup winners, looking absolutely fantastic. Uruguay also looking pretty good. Colombia as well. And surprise, surprise, Venezuela looking A-OK. Ecuador not too shabby. Brazil, though, goodness gracious me, they need to get their acts together and sharpish. Colombia are the only team in this qualification phase thus far yet to lose. So can they continue that fantastic start heading into match number 7? So we're going to find that out right here, right now, as we look forward to match number 7 over in South America. We are, of course, bringing back the Prediction League. We're going to start from scratch. So if you were one of those lucky few that did participate in the early rounds that we did, we're going to start right now, brand new, with everything focusing on this one. So make sure you get involved with that, of course. But these are the games that we're going to cover right here, right now. And we're going to start with the top of the graphic right there is Bolivia. They're going to be taking on Venezuela. That's right. So let's jump in the deep end and have a little look at this one. Now we're going to go to the Estadio Municipal de Alto, of course. There's Bolivia, managed by Zago, taking on Venezuela, managed by Fernando Bastilla. Now they have, of course, played 18 times. Familiar foes, these two sides, since 2003. It's just 5 wins for Bolivia, 9 wins for Venezuela, and there's been 4 draws between the two sides. Coming at you as September the 5th, this match, Bolivia, without a win in at least the last 6 games. In fact, 6 defeats on the spin for them. They currently find themselves 9th in this table, just 3 points all campaign. Venezuela, though, in 4th with 9 points for the season, for the qualification phase, and they're coming into this on 58% form. The most recent match between these two sides in Bolivia was a 3-1 win for Bolivia way back in June 2021. They've already played. Have they already played? I don't even know if they've already played. No, they haven't already played. This might be the first time that they've played for this qualification phase. But Venezuela coming into this on the back of the CONCACAF, the Copa America way back in July in the summer. They did lose to Canada to not pick up the bronze. Meanwhile, Bolivia did crash out of the Copa. Again, didn't get anything out of it. They did lose to Panama in their most recent match. Which way? I don't think I've got odds on this one. I don't. No, I don't. But I'm going to go with a 1-1 draw. I think Bolivia will break that hoodoo. Venezuela do look good right now. I'm surprised to see where they are in this table, but I'm going to stick my neck on a block here with a 1-1 draw and a point in the bag for Bolivia and Venezuela. So over to Argentina now as the World Cup holders take on Chile. That's right, with of course Chile in a bit of a free fall at the moment. Up against Argentina, look A-OK right now, and of course coming into this 6 wins on the bounce. That's right, by Lionel Scaloni's boys. Chile managed by Ricardo Garcia, who's also Argentinian, and of course his Chile boys will take on Argentina for the 20th time since 1930. 10 wins for Argentina, just 3 for Chile, 6 draws between the two sides. Argentina top the charts with 15 points. Chile are in 8th with just 5. They need a win de la Roca. The most recent match between these two sides was in the Copa America. It was a 1-0 win for Argentina. Argentina's last victory against Argentina. We're going to have to go deep into the record books. I'm looking, it was a 4-1 win in the Copa America final, a penalties, 4-1 penalty shootout victory back in July 2015. It's been nearly 10 years since that last victory. They're coming into without a win in 3 at Chile, with their most recent match, a 0-0 draw against Canada in that Copa America. Argentina on the back of a 1-0 win over Colombia in the final, hoping to continue their bit of glory again. I think it's been 6 clean sheets on the spin. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know if did they score against Ecuador? I can't really remember. But again, we would imagine Argentina will win this one. I'm going to go with a 3-1 win for themselves once again to continue their fantastic run of form. And again, it doesn't look like that, that's going to change anytime soon. So they could be favourites for the World Cup in 2026. Let's go on over to Uruguay. That's right. As Uruguay take on Paraguay on the 6th of September. Marco Bielsa's Uruguay taking on Daniel Garnero's Paraguay. Both again Argentinian coaches, will take place at the Centenario Stadium over in Montevideo. 14 times they played since 2003. We have 8 wins for Uruguay, 2 for Paraguay, and 4 draws between the two sides. The hosts, 83% form for them right now. Just 1 defeat in the last 6. They're second with 13 points. Paraguay all the way down to 7th with 5. 3 defeats on the spin. The most recent match between these two sides was a qualification phase back in 2022. 1-0 winner was for Uruguay, who have got 3 clean sheets on the bounce against Paraguay. Paraguay's last victory against this very Uruguay side, country, was a 1-0 win way back in October 2007. Uruguay on the back of a did they win the bronze? I don't even know. The bronze medal match against Canada, I think. Meanwhile, Paraguay with a 2-1 loss to Costa Rica in that Copa America. I think Bielsa's boys look very, very good at that moment, and I think that will continue in this game. Going to go with a 2-0 win for the hosts to make a good start and edging closer to the qualification for the 2026 World Cup. A country that's not close at the moment, or is on the edge, is Brazil. That's right, taking on Ecuador. This is a tricky old game here, boys. Coming at you at the Couto Pereira Stadium, Brazil. Brazil coming into this under the managerialship of Dorival. That's right, just 1 win in the last 5 for them. Pretty grim times right now. Ecuador under Felix Sanchez, 58% form for them heading into this one. They've played 14 times since 2003. 9 wins for Brazil, just 1 win for Ecuador. 4 draws between the two sides. Most recently, they did play World Cup qualifier back in January 2022, and it was a 1-1 draw. It's actually been back-to-back 1-1 draws between these two sides. However, Ecuador have not won their match against Brazil since 2004, where they beat them in Ecuador. So it's very one-sided here, but if you're going to play Brazil anytime, it is now. They're coming into on the back of that 4-2 loss to Uruguay in the World Cup in the Copa America quarterfinals. I think it was a penalty shootout loss. Meanwhile, Ecuador also crashing out at the same stage, same scoreline, penalty shootout loss as well. I'm not really liking this Brazil right now. It seems a bit of an identity crisis with them at the moment, but I still think they'll have enough in the tank to get past an Ecuador side who are sticky wickets, especially when they're playing at home. But this one's on the road. Going to give them a 3-0 win, and they'll move the chains as well. And then we're going to return. We're going to end our return to the CONMEBOL as we head over to Lima. That's right, the Estadio Monumental, as Peru take on Colombia. Peru managed by Jorge Fossati up against Colombia. Nestor Lorenzo at the dugout. Played 21 times these two sides since 2004. 3 wins for Peru, 11 wins for Colombia, and there's been 7 draws between the two sides. Peru, though, just 1 win in 5, and they're coming into on back-to-back defeats. Colombia, though, on the back of that 1 defeat, which was, I think, the Copa America final where they did lose to Argentina. Just 1 goal conceded by Colombia heading into this over the last 3. That was that final. Peru haven't scored a goal since a 1-0 win over El Salvador back in June 2024. Last match between these two sides was a 1-0 win for Peru in Colombia back in January 2022. In fact, Peru have got a good record against them recently, 2 wins and just the 1 defeat. Again, got no odds on this one. Going to go with my gut, but my gut says an away win for Colombia, who really are turning the page right now. And they're coming at you in 3rd in the qualification phase, with Peru sitting in 10th with just 2 points for them this season. But I'm going to go with Colombia 2-1 win And that, my friends, will complete our return to the CONMEBOL and the World Cup qualification phase. Let me know who you think is destined for the World Cup. Who you think will? Are we about to lose Brazil? That would be atrocious if Brazil don't make it. But anyway, get your predictions in. Use the link down there. Until then, subscribe, smash the like. Catch you later. We'll be back for match day number 8 right here on the channel. So till then, I'll see you soon for the next.